Most nights, the NBA is all about dunks and highlights. But sometimes, it turns dangerous in a split second when two players collide and the whole arena holds its breath. The malice at the palace. Ron Artest leaping into the stands to fight fans, sparking a brawl that cost the league $11 million in suspensions. Kermit Washington, one punch, and Rudy Tomjanovich's face was shattered, changing the NBA forever. Shaq and Barkley, they threw hands like heavyweight champs. Tree Rollins, he bit Danny Ainge in the middle of a playoff game. Isaiah Stewart, blood dripping, charging at LeBron like a bull. Even legends like Kobe and Robert Parrish turned games into fight clubs when the moment snapped. These savage moments remind us how fast the NBA can explode and how these fights went way beyond basketball. Smash that subscribe button for more crazy NBA moments. The Crown Jewel of Chaos, Malice at the Palace, 2004. November 19th, 2004. The Pacers are blowing out the Pistons when Ron Artest fouls Ben Wallace hard. Wallace shoves him, and Artest, he just chills on the scorer's table like nothing happened. Then, out of nowhere, a fan throws a Diet Coke, and the entire arena explodes into chaos. Artist charges into the stands but ends up tackling the wrong guy while the real fan laughs. Steven Jackson and Jermaine O'Neal jump in, and suddenly NBA players are brawling with fans in the crowd. The aftermath? Artist got suspended for 73 games. Players lost $11 million in paychecks. 5 people faced assault charges, and the NBA had to rebuild its security forever. The Malice at the Palace wasn't just a fight. It was the wildest, most unforgettable moment in NBA history. Alonzo Mourning versus Larry Johnson, 1998. Heat versus Knicks, 1998 playoffs, and bad blood was boiling. Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson, once teammates, now couldn't stand each other. It exploded when they started swinging at each other mid-game. But here's the hilarious part. Knicks coach Jeff Van Gundy, barely 5 feet 9 inches, clung to Mourning's giant leg, trying to break up the fight like a toddler in a tornado. As Doc Rivers joked, fortunately for these guys, they are both awful fighters. No clean punches landed, but the drama was real. Both Mourning and Johnson got 2-game suspensions, missing the end of the series. It was one of those NBA moments so chaotic and ridiculous you can't help but watch it again and again. Charles Barkley versus Shaquille O'Neal, 1999. Charles Barkley and Shaq were always on edge, with Barkley thinking Shaq got every call. So in 1999, when Barkley hit Shaq with the ball, Shaq was secretly hyped. I was always envious of Charles because he got all the calls, so the day he hit me with the ball, I was like, good, I'm about to knock him out. They threw punches, pushing and grabbing each other, ready to rumble. But here's the twist that makes this fight legendary. Their mums got involved mid-fight. Shaq's mum called Barkley's mum, and both mothers had been friends for 20 to 30 years. Nothing can stop a grown man from fighting like your mama calling you while you're trying to throw hands. From that day, Shaq and Chuck turned from rivals to brothers, with their fight sealing their hilarious friendship forever. Kermit Washington's life-changing punch, 1977. This wasn't a regular NBA scuffle, it was nearly murder on the court. During a Lakers-Rockets game, Rudy Tomjanovich ran over to break up a fight. Kermit Washington didn't know Rudy was just trying to help, and he threw the most vicious punch in NBA history. The punch shattered Rudy's face, jaw, and nose, leaving him with a cerebral concussion. Tomjanovich collapsed instantly, unconscious, as the entire arena fell silent, watching in shock. Rudy missed the rest of the season, while Kermit Washington was handed a record 60-game suspension and a $10,000 fine. This single punch changed the NBA forever, leading to stricter fighting rules and the introduction of a third referee. Tree Rollins bites Danny Ainge, 1983. You heard that right, a 7'1" center bit someone during a playoff game. The Celtics and Hawks were going at it when Danny Ainge kept trash-talking Tree Rollins until Rollins snapped, throwing an elbow. Ainge tackled the big man, and in the chaos nearly poked Rollins' eye out. Rollins, he went full savage and bit Ainge so hard that Danny needed stitches and a tetanus shot. To this day, Ainge still has the scar as a reminder. Rollins got slapped with a $5,000 fine and a 5-game suspension. Forget throwing hands. Sometimes the most savage move is biting down like Mike Tyson. And Tree Rollins will forever be remembered for one of the wildest moments in NBA fight history. 2025 Pistons-Timberwolves throwdown. Think the NBA is soft now? This past season, rookie Ron Holland fouled Naz Reid, and suddenly, all hell broke loose. Isaiah Beef Stew Stewart grabbed dudes like it was a prison brawl, bodies flying everywhere in a full-on melee. The fight didn't just go viral, it showed the league still cracks down when hands fly. 5 players got suspended.
Players will be issued technical fouls and ejected from the game. Reid, DiVincenzo, Ron Holland, Isaiah Stewart, Sasser, Also, coaches Pablo Prigioni and JB Bickerstaff will be ejected from the game as well.
Stewart earning a 2-game ban specifically for his repeated history of unsportsmanlike acts. This kid's rap sheet is getting longer than some veterans' career stats, and the chaos that night proved that even in today's NBA, a savage throwdown can still erupt out of nowhere. LeBron versus Isaiah Stewart, 2021. Stewart's most savage moment. Easy. LeBron James caught him with an elbow to the face, accidentally drawing blood, and Stewart snapped. Blood dripping, Stewart tried charging at LeBron multiple times, needing half the Pistons staff to hold him back while he shouted across the court. The image of a bloodied Stewart trying to fight the NBA's biggest superstar became an instant meme. The fallout? LeBron got hit with his first career suspension, while Stewart grabbed a 2-game ban and a hefty dose of street cred. That moment proved even the king isn't safe when a young player sees red, turning the court into one of the most savage fight scenes in NBA history. Kobe Bryant versus Chris Childs, 2000. Kobe wasn't just a legend on the court, he was a savage trash talker who didn't back down from anyone. During a heated Lakers versus Knicks matchup, Kobe and Chris Childs got way too close off the ball, throwing jabs with their words before it turned into real jabs. Childs wasn't having it and shoved Kobe, setting off a wild brawl. Shaq, Patrick Ewing, and almost everyone jumped in to break it up. But Kobe was so fired up that it took 2 refs just to hold him back. When the dust settled, Childs got a 2-game suspension and a $15,000 fine, while Kobe got hit with a 1-game suspension and a $5,000 fine. It was one of those moments that showed the Black Mamba's fire wasn't just for scoring buckets. Bradley Beal versus Draymond Green, 2017. Bradley Beal saw Draymond Green's DPOY energy and wasn't backing down. Right before halftime, they were fighting for a rebound, and Beal decided to wrap his arm around Green's neck. It got ugly fast. The two crashed to the floor, and chaos broke out as teammates piled in, throwing shoves and grabbing jerseys. When the mess cleared, Draymond stood up with his jersey ripped wide open like a battle trophy, looking ready for round 2. The league wasn't playing around though. Green was ejected and fined $25,000, while Beal got tossed too and had to cough up $50,000. This fight wasn't just pushing and yelling, it turned into a savage moment that showed the NBA can flip from basketball to brawl in seconds. Robert Parrish versus Bill Laimbeer, 1987. Bill Laimbeer was that guy, always poking, grabbing, and throwing cheap shots to get under everyone's skin. But Robert Parrish? He was calm, patient, until he wasn't. Late in the first half, Laimbeer did what he always did, and Parrish had enough. The 7-footer, who practiced martial arts, snapped, throwing clean punches that knocked Laimbeer to the floor like a rag doll. And the craziest part? The refs didn't even call a foul, not one. It was like the entire arena silently agreed that Laimbeer had it coming. Parrish just jogged back like nothing happened, while Laimbeer lay there stunned. And get this, Parrish would go on to set the record for the most NBA games ever played, still holding it today, while never living down the day he turned Laimbeer into a highlight reel for getting rocked. These brawls didn't just entertain, they forced the NBA to change. After the malice at the Palace, the league tightened security, cut alcohol sales, and created buffer zones between players and fans. The NBA also toughened suspensions. Now, any punch thrown, landed or not, means automatic ejection and at least a 1-game suspension. Letting players police themselves led to chaos, so the NBA stepped in hard. From the malice at the Palace shaking the league to Isaiah Stewart charging at LeBron with blood dripping, these fights proved how real things can get when emotions explode on the court. They turned the NBA into a wild spectacle you can't look away from, and changed the game forever. If you enjoyed reliving these savage NBA brawls, smash that like button so more hoop fans find this video. Let me know in the comments which NBA fight was the craziest, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild NBA stories.